Hey guys, Ty Hansen here. I am out on Green Bay right now doing a little bit of fishing. It is currently snowing. There's about 2 inches of snow already accumulated on the ground, but this is going to be a great time. Maybe a tip for some of you guys for next year. If you haven't fished a tube very much, this would be a good little video to save for you for spring. But for those of us that are still out in the boats, wanted to show off this new Gobi Melt color. This has been one of the hottest new colors around this fall from Cast Again Tackle. Very, very excited for this tube color to get a full season with it next year. But it's a phenomenal color right now. If you guys are out on Green Bay or some of the other Great Lakes systems and you're fishing some super cold water smallmouth, this thing will put fish in the boat right now. There's 2 ways I'm going to show you how to rig this thing. One of them is your standard tube jig insert here, and then the other is the stupid tube rig, which works very, very well if you're in some snaggy conditions or you're fishing around wood and stuff like that, like some of the river systems, which I have done very, very well fishing in recent years. And you're going to use a little bit different tube jig style than what your hook style than what you're normally used to seeing. Great Lakes Finesse Tackle makes a little sled head style. This is one style I really, really like for deep water fishing. Very, very compact lead style there. This is actually a 3/8. And then it comes through boulders and chunk rock very, very well. So that's one that I'm choosing to use right now. The other style is your standard teardrop style. Very, very light wire finesse hook. There, Cast Again Tackle makes some phenomenal tube jigs as well. So check those guys out if you're already on the website picking up some of these. Grab some of those as well. But we'll start with the standard tube jig hook. I always wet these, and then because this is a two-tone color, you want that leech or that black color on the top there. So you do want to watch where your eye of your hook is coming out. So right in the back there, you kind of split the tentacles apart and then push this straight up inside of there. And again, keeping that darker color on the top until you get to where your eye of your hook touches the end of the tube, just like so. From there, what I always do is take my thumb and kind of pull back on the tube there to expose that eye. That just kind of keeps, when you pull that tube plastic back, it kind of grabs the eye there and keeps your jig forward inside of the tube there. Now from here, you just kind of adjust your tentacles as such, make sure everything's nice and straight, and there you go. If you're fishing around around a lot of really chunk rock and boulders and stuff like that, this will get snagged up. You will break these off, you will lose them, but that's why Cast Again Tackle sells these in 25 packs, not 10 packs, because we know you're gonna go through them. So standard tube jig, just like so. Throw that thing around, drag it around really, really slow right now. You're going to catch fish. The other way, I shouldn't be showing a whole lot of you guys because I fish against a lot of you, and this rig has caught me a ton of fish and won me some money in the past. So tricky thing about this one is you don't just shove this in there like the other tube jigs. So you got to kind of think this one through. Because you will be spinning this hook around inside of the tube jig here, inside of the tube, you kind of got to plan exactly where you're coming out. This is a smaller 1/8 ounce size. Use up to 1/4 for this rig. When you get the larger weights, it gets a little difficult to rig these. So again, you're going to wet this jig, but you need to hold it here to start with. So actually on this one, instead of coming out through the top here right away, I have to come out through the bottom, the lighter amber purple color there. So again, I'm gonna kind of see where this thing is gonna come out and just kind of hold this up to the body and see exactly where that hook needs to lay. So what I'm doing here, and I don't know if you guys can really see that well, is I'm taking the head of this jig and really kind of marking where I need to come out. So about a 1/4 inch from the head of the bait is where I need to come out of the bottom of this tube. And again, we need to go out of the lighter side because we will turn this hook around inside. So I'm going to insert the hook point into the back of the tube and kind of scrunch this up here. And I need to guess right where I need the hook to come out, about a 1/4 inch down from the top of the tube. So you can kind of see I've got it bunched up there, and I'm coming right out the side. And then from here, ugh, a little salty, wet the lead, and I'm going to work this up in there while pulling the hook. And then so once I get this thing in there, it's going to look just like so. I'm actually going to squeeze and pivot the hook up towards the body of the tube here. So your hook point's going to go towards the tube. You're going to spin the head of that tube in. You can actually see where it's a little bulged out there. That is the eye of my hook there. I don't want to pop that through though, so you got to kind of be careful and push up on this to kind of protect the tube and spin it around inside there, especially with the larger lead heads in there or the heavier weights. So from here, I don't want to pop it through quite yet, so I'm just going to lay it to the side. From here, I want to push this up just like I did before. Now you can see I've got the darker side there. I do want to now pop this eye through. Again, grabbing from the front, pulling backwards, exposing the eye of the hook. From here, everything looks like it's going to lay perfectly. So, of course, I want this centered in here, so kind of see where the center is there. And I'm going to bend the tube, pushing it forward, just like your Texas rigging a plastic there, pushing some of the material forward and adjusting where the hook point is going to come out. So from there, I'm going to shove it through, and now it's just like so. From there, just like you're going to expose, kind of adjust everything there, make sure everything is nice and straight or close to it. A little bit of swirling is fine. This is what I drag through wood. Now, it doesn't have the greatest hookup ratio, just because you do have a shorter hook that's inside these small 2 3/4 inch tubes, but they compress pretty well in here. What I've done in the past is on the backside here, you can cut a little slit to make sure you have more hook gap when they bite down on it, because they do have to compress this in order to get the hook in them. But this is really the best way to come through wood or really, really dense sections of rock, because you can see it's perfectly weedless. You're not going to get snagged up there. Phenomenal rig, but again, stupid tube. Or one thing I didn't mention, this is phenomenal around fishing grass, around heavier grass. So you can pop it through there and rip it through there if you got some smallmouth relating to the edge of the grass, or say you're fishing some really finicky largemouth. Green pumpkins work really, really good on grass lines as well. So hopefully those two rigs help you guys out. Again, the stupid tube rig that I just did there, the standard shove it in the back tube jig, and then like I said, if you guys want some lighter wire stuff, Cast Again makes some great options there, as well as a few other net heads and other swim bait heads and stuff like that. So swing over, check out castagaintackle.com. I'll leave a link up on top for you guys to click on. There is a Black Friday sale going on still, or Cyber Monday, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday sale going on, I should say, still when I post this video. But if you got any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. If you guys are looking at getting more involved in smallmouth fishing or want to know more tips on fishing a tube, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to give some information. Or if you guys just want to get a little bundle for somebody in your family that fishes and don't know what colors to get, again, shoot me a message or reply in the comments to the video and we'll get an answer for you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get back to fishing.